Hey, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dom. If you're not new here, hey, hi, hello, what's up? Welcome back. If you clicked on today's video, then you're probably interested in half marathon training. Maybe you're gonna run one, maybe someone you know is gonna run one, maybe you're thinking about running one and you're just like, well, what's an inside look on the training plan? Well, I got you. Today's video, we're gonna go through the training plan, the type of shoes that you should be getting if you're gonna start half marathon training, some really exciting news, and then just overall tips and tricks and just advice on being mentally tough throughout these miles that we will be running. So without further ado, let's get into the video and have some fun. So the first run of the week is a 6-mile easy run, and it says conversational pace no faster than 9:45. And I like to also try to make sure that my heart rate or like beats per minute is under 157 for my easy runs. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Like, it really just depends on life. The app that I use to build my training plans is Runna. This is not sponsored at all. I just have been using them for I think like over 2 years now. Once I retired from professional track and field, I was like, how do I do long distance? And I found this app just through like scrolling on TikTok and like Instagram. So I've been loving it. I love how they create the training plans. It's really tailored to like your specific needs after you answer like the questionnaire. So I'm doing a 17-week program right now with Runna for the New York City half marathon in March. And I am currently on week 10. Feeling pretty good. This easy run will be nice because after my long run, I've been tired. Without further ado, let's go run our 6 miles. Mile 1, 10:06. 5 more to go. Mile 2, 10:26. Mile 3, we're at the African American Museum. 10:16. We're doing good. Mile 4, 10:42. I figured we can do a little quick OOTD while I'm running. Leggings from Nike. I really like them because they have like giant pockets, long socks, because I don't really want my skin to be showing. Even though it's 46 degrees, like, it's still pretty cold. And then I have my Hoka Bondi 9s. Love these because they have so much cushion. My Garmin, and wow, Open Run Pros from Shock. So that's my little OOTD. Just finished my 6-mile easy run for the week, and my Garmin said that I did 100% execution. So I'll say I did a pretty good job. It's actually really not that hard to execute an easy day run correctly, unless you just go too hard. My whole thing is, after my last 2 years ago, when I did my first half marathon, this is only my second half marathon, I realized that like I was like taking my easy days and I was going hard. But I think that's because I have like this sprinter jumper mentality. And I feel like when you're like in that mode where it's like, okay, like, go do every rep, make sure that you're giving your all and max output so that you can train really hard and get faster and all that stuff, like you forget that that's not the same in every discipline of running. I learned that the hard way with my last half marathon, where I think I went out way too hard. I also didn't feel correctly at all. And I was like, oh, I cannot sustain this pace. This go around, I am trying to execute to the best of my ability all of my runs. And for my easy runs, that means going easy. Also, going slower than you think, and also being okay with going slower than you typically do. I was just really chilling out there, and I feel like that's really good for when you're trying to like also recover, because we have multiple runs in a whole week. Like when you're half marathon training, you're running maybe like 3, 4, 5 times a week, so you have to make sure that you're able to do their other workouts for the week. So taking your easy days easy is beneficial for you in the long run, so then when it's time to go run like a PR or something, like your body is primed, prepped, and ready, because it has that endurance, it has that cardio, and now it can do max output. You feel me? Right. We're done this today. We're gonna go shower, we're gonna go recover, eat some food because I am starving, and get ready for a couple more workouts this week. See you tomorrow. I figured because we have a little bit of a moment, we could just go through my shoe rotations. I see them all the time online, and I was like, you know what? I do actually have a shoe rotation that I can share. I would say I've had most of them for over a year, and I wear pretty much the same shoes, and I'm gonna go through and show you guys which I wear certain shoes and for what workouts and for what type of runs. I've been an athlete legitimately all of my life, and I've gone from high school to D1 to professional, and now it's an everyday athlete, and all of it has consisted around running. And I know a lot about trainers. I mean, this is my first couple years as a distance runner, but I think the same general rules apply. Before I dive into the shoe rotation, I personally would recommend at least one really good pair of shoes that you can wear throughout your training cycle that support your feet, and you can go to one of those running stores and have your foot looked at to make sure that you are getting the shoe that is meant for you. If you're a neutral foot, maybe you have high arches, or if you're flat-footed, you need to make sure that the shoe that you get when you are training supports your foot so you don't get blisters or you end up getting plantar fasciitis, all of those things. I personally always recommend getting 2 pairs of shoes, and you can always you don't have to go and buy 2 pairs of $180 shoes. That is absurd. But what you can do, and something that I did, especially as a professional athlete who was making sure that I was counting the dollars, making sure that I wasn't overspending on things that I didn't need to overspend, is I went to the outlets. The outlets have I think about it all the time, especially the ASICS outlet. They would have this deal where you'd buy 1 pair of shoes and then you get the other one 50% off. I think sometimes you can find those kind of deals at REI, but the outlets are going to be your best friend, and you can buy a pair of shoes and then rotate them in and out. Maybe for 1 month you're wearing one, or in the next month you're wearing the other, and you're just kind of flipping back and forth. Then you can just extend the longevity of the shoe and trainer that you're wearing. So I'm gonna show you guys my shoes, but I just want to add that disclaimer that you don't need all of these shoes in order to do your workouts and to train for a half marathon. If you do have them, great. If you don't, just make sure that you have a really good pair of trainers that fit your specific needs, because that is what half marathon training is about. Your needs, you, and the training that you do, and the fruit that you will bear from your training. I brought both of them out just because I wanted to show you guys the switch, but recently, I want to say a month or 2 ago, I had gotten these, which is the Hoka Bondi 9, and these are the Hoka Bondi 8. And I love them both. You will always see me talking about them. I love them. But what I will say is that this has a little bit more cushion. I think it's 2 millimeters more cushion than these. And I switched out. I think I was wearing these for, November into December until I got these bad boys, and I've been wearing them on 80% of my runs. And I would say 80 is kind of a weird block because I do switch on and out, but these are really dirty, so don't judge me too much. My ASICS Gel Kayano 31s. So I switch back and forth between these two, just depending on the day. This is a true stability shoe. You will get all the support that you need. I also have flat feet and I overpronate. And overpronation just basically means when your foot leans inwards. I was gonna show you guys with my feet, but you can't see my feet. So this is really good for my foot, and I've had Gel Kayano, I wanna say I have Kayanos since, oh my gosh, I would say since I left college and I was allowed to wear the shoes that I wanted to. I've always had a pair of Kayanos, love these babies. And then I switched them out with the Bondi 9s, Bondi, just a Bondi, I'll just say Bondi in general. And I just rotate between both of these depending on the day and what I'm feeling. Now, when it comes to doing short runs, in the summer when I'm not training for anything, or I'm looking for a shoe that I can take with me on travel, or even just speedier workouts, I usually go for the Mach. I think these are the Mach 6, because one, they're great for vacation because they're small, and they can fit in your bag if you're trying to pack light, and they also are a very sleek design. I also just like how quick and light and responsive it is. So these are good for short miles and running on the treadmill for interval training. Then my last thing is my race shoe, and I actually stumbled upon these. So Hoka did gift these to me and I got them as PR, and I haven't gotten any other race shoes. I wore this for my time trials, but I've never actually worn it for a race. But for my New York City half marathon, I am gonna be wearing these to race in, and I'm excited to. But these have a carbon plate in it, and it's the Hoka Seal X something. I'll put the name on the screen, but they are bouncy. This is a trampoline in a shoe. I'll just be moving. I'm Twilight. You know how they were running on those little treadmills and then moving? They're that's what I feel like. Honestly, you don't necessarily need racing shoes. If I didn't stumble upon these and get these as PR, I don't think that I would be wearing a racing shoe or a carbon plated shoe to race in. I'm very grateful and happy and excited actually that I did get these, but if not, I would just be wearing probably one of my everyday running shoes that I typically wear. That is my shoe rotation. I will say it just again to close it out that you do not need all these different shoes in order to train for a half marathon or to get into running. You just need one or maybe two reliable shoes that you can switch in and out that is going to support your foot and your needs. That's all I gotta say. Also, I didn't get to show you guys Nani. Come here, Nani. Come here. This is their cutie pie. Oh, this little monster. Look at her. She's like a little baby. Look at her little outfit. She was here. She took off her foot. Let's keep this training week going. I had to take a full day off yesterday just because I had not run in the morning because I didn't get enough sleep. I didn't want to like risk it. I only got like 4 hours of sleep. Today is Thursday. I have a 7-mile run on my training plan, and it's like a progressive run, so it's like interval trainings that'll lead up to 7 miles. I was gonna do it on the treadmill, but I honestly like just want to like scenery, get it done, and also have like a real time feel of like what it's going to feel like to run at like an 8:15 pace, like out in the open, like out in the wild. I don't have enough time to do the complete 7 miles, so I'm gonna do as much as I can and then come back and then finish it later on if I'm feeling better. Honestly, like you have to tailor your plans to you and like what you can do throughout your day. So I'm gonna get as many miles as I can in right now, or as much of the intervals that I can get in, and then I'll finish out the cool down, that kind of stuff later on, maybe in the day, and then equal up to 7 miles. It's really like a hodgepodge of stuff, but we gotta do what we gotta do. Cheers. Let's go run 7 miles. Okay, I'm about like 2 miles in. I'm about to be a second. And it's gonna start the first interval. So I think I'm just gonna like run those 2 intervals, head back home, and then do the last 2 intervals later on after my dentist appointment. Friday right now, and I'm about to actually head to Corepower Yoga to do a C2 yoga class. I just needed to do a little bit of active recovery and just like get my body just feeling good. I also just like had just like a mentally tough day like in general, and I figured that if I don't have a run today, I can still get some movement in and feel good. And it's like so conflicting to have like an emotionally low day just because of like news and everything, and then also like get exciting news at the same time. Instead of dragging the mood down, I'll share with you guys a little fun news that I received yesterday that actually made me jump up and down with joy. It's something that I honestly like have been looking into for a very, very long time. Like even when I was running track, this is something that was like always on my bucket list of something that I always want to do in my life. Basically, to share you guys the news, drum roll please, I got an email inviting me to run the 2025 Disney Princess Half Marathon with Disney, and I am so excited. The Disney marathons and half marathons and just races in general are very, very hard to get into, and just something that you have to put a lot of time and effort into getting a bib, and if you do, like it's just the coolest thing in the world. And the fact that I even got an email inviting me to do it just made me realize that like even if like your views aren't that high, or like even if like you think that whatever you're posting is like super cringe, like you should just post your content, because you never know who's gonna see it and who's gonna be like, you know what, I like her or him or they. You never know, you know what I mean? So that's just a little joy, because I have not been feeling a lot of joy this week, and that made me really happy, and I want to take that and like just live in that happiness of like getting something that I've thought and like dreamed of for so long, for like years, and for that to be an email that I got yesterday just brought me so much joy. And I'm just holding that because today I did not have a lot of joy, so that was something that like made me smile and continues to make me smile. I'm gonna go head into the yoga studio because I have like I think like 15-ish minutes, and I have to make sure I even have a yoga mat because I might have forgotten it, but I think I can borrow one in there. We're just gonna have ourselves a nice relaxing yoga session flush out the body and get ready for a long run tomorrow and just feel good in our space, in our peace, where we are. You are having a difficult day and you are having a difficult week, month, however, take as many moments as you need. There is never enough moments that you can take. There's never enough self-care days. There's never enough time that you can allot to yourself. You deserve it all. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to breathe in peace, and you deserve to be happy. So that's what I'm telling myself, and I want to share that with you so that you can also have some peace and go do something that you love. And right now, I'm about to go do yoga. So let's go. Mile 2, 9:23. All right, mile 3, 9:36. Made it to African American Museum. Only 11 miles left to go. Mile 4, 9:23 again. So we're gonna keep it moving like that. 10 more miles to go. One of my favorite songs just came on, but we're at mile 5, and I've never actually run the Mount Vernon Trail before. But like, this is so pretty, and it's like by the water. It's so open. Oh my God, I love it. See, running helps exploring your city. Oh my God. All right, let's keep it moving. 9 miles left to go. It's super windy. On mile 6, 9:27. Mile 8, 9 something. I totally was not paying attention because I was listening to my music, but we're making good timing. All right, we're at mile 9, 9:37. We're doing well. Those little hills are no joke, but I gotta keep practicing hills because the New York one has hills, so I gotta be prepared. Let's keep it going, guys. All right, mile 12, 9:40. 2 more miles to go, and we're done on a long run today. So we just completed the half marathon, 13.11-ish, and I did it in 2:05, which is literally a 9-minute PR at conversational pace. How awesome is that? We still have about 0.6 left to go, but literally so amazing. I feel so good. 14 miles done and dusted. I did that, guys. I feel so freaking good. Well, thank you for running with me. Bye. Finished 14 miles today, and that was the long run of the week, which means we are done with this week's training. I can't even speak right now. I stood in the shower for a good 40 minutes. I'm not even kidding. 1, my hands were freezing cold, and then 2, I just wanted to just soak in the warmth for as long as I could. And now I'm gonna go Normatec and flush out my legs. I feel really good actually about the run because last week I did 12 miles, and that was my long run of that week. And this week I did 14. I also maintained a consistent pace throughout the entire run this time and didn't feel like I was overexerting myself or I was too tired. And I also felt really good as I even got past the half marathon. I wasn't oh my God, I need to stop. It was okay, I'm doing good. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it rolling. Overall, the entire 14-mile run felt good in terms of the pace that I was supposed to keep for the plan. Taking my wins where I can get them. So whenever you have a win, take it, celebrate it, big or small. Because honestly, who's to stop you? Who is to stop you from celebrating your wins and being proud of yourself? Let's be proud of ourselves and let's be proud of the things that we accomplished because we can do hard things. So I'm really, really proud of myself, and I'm gonna take that in to this week, into February, because I get to do this. I literally get to run. And I have able legs, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling healthy, and I'm gonna ride that out and just enjoy it for as long as possible. You know what I mean? Since I'm gonna go recover right now, I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you so much for coming with me on my half marathon training week, celebrating the highs and the lows and just celebrating the small wins that we get, because we deserve to celebrate our small wins, and we also deserve to have fun while we're training and, I don't know, relish in it. With all that being said, if you like this video, make sure that you give it a thumbs up. And if you want to stay along with this journey of half marathons, Disney World, New York City, and just like all the other fun adventures that we're gonna have as a 28-year-old living in a city, then make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next week with another video. Happy February. Bye guys.